Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Learn with Dr. Renu Bharti. I am thrilled to welcome you today for the video on a topic that is crucial to the success of any organization, employee selection test, ensuring the right fit. In the dynamic landscape of the talent acquisition, finding the right people for the right roles is paramount, and that's exactly what we are delving into today. As we progress, we will explore how employing a comprehensive approach through employee selection test can significantly enhance our hiring process. These tests aren't just about ticking boxes, they are about finding individuals who not only possess the necessary skills but also align with our organization culture and values. So, fasten your seatbelts as we embark on this journey together, aiming to refine and optimize our talent acquisition strategies. Let's dive in and discover the power of employee selection test in shaping the future of our workforce. Now, let's start with the introduction of the selection test. As we all know, every individual brings a unique set of abilities and skills to the table. But when it comes to selecting the ideal candidate for a job, we need a systematic way of comparing these differences. Lee J. Gruback, this says defining a test as a systematic procedure for comparing the behavior of two or more persons. He said that it is a systematic procedure for comparing the behavior of one or more person. What is the purpose of the selection test? Well, think of them as a measuring tool. Their primary aim is to assess the specific skills and abilities that have been identified through rigorous job analysis as essential for successful job performance. Now, Cronbach, he said this concept by describing a test as a systematic procedure for comparing the behavior of two or more persons. Again, in conclusion, selection tests are our compass in navigating the complex landscape of talent acquisition. They enable us not only understand individual differences but also to make informed decision about who is the best suited for a particular role. Now, the job seekers who pass the screening and the preliminary interview, they call for the test. Everybody knows. Whoever passed these two steps, screening and the interview, they call for the test. Now, we will discuss the different types of test that is being administered. The different tests are, there are main three types of test: the ability test, the aptitude test, and the personality test. Now we will discuss each one by one. First, the ability test. We call it as achievement test also. These tests are designed to assess an individual proficiency in performing specific tasks related to the job they are applying for. Aptitude test, unlike ability test that focuses on current skills, aptitude test evaluate a person's potential to learn and perform well in a particular area. Now comes the personality test. They also known as personality inventories. This delve into the psychological aspects of individual character. These tests aim to identify and measure various personality traits such as interpersonal competence, dominance, extroversion or introversion, self-confidence, leadership ability, and ambition. Now we will discuss some more personality tests. Here we have Burnister Personality Inventory. We call it as BPIs. It is a self-report questionnaire designed to assess various personality traits. It measures factors such as self-sufficiency, sociability, introversion, extroversion, locus of control, and self-confidence. Now we have TAT, that is Thematic Appreciation Test. This is a projective psychological assessment tool used to evaluate an individual pattern of thoughts, attitudes, and emotional responses. Now we have CPIs, TTS, and MMPIs. California Psychological Inventory, that is CPI. Thurstone Temperament Survey (TTS), and Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory (MMPIs). These are additional personality assessment tools that aims to evaluate specific personality traits and dimensions. Now we have some interest test. Here, interest tests are psychological assessment designed to uncover an individual areas of interest and identify the gaps, the types of work that would be most satisfying and fulfilling for them. Now we have a test named Cuder Reference Record, KRR. This is a comprehensive assessment tool that helps individual explore their vocational interest and preferences. Here we have three distinct forms in this. The form 1, this tells us about the vocational interest areas. This form assess an individual interest across various vocational domains such as mechanical, computational, artistic, literary, musical, and clerical. In Form 2, we have again vocational interest styles. Form 1 is vocational interest areas. Form 2 is vocational interest styles. This basically delves into an individual preferred work styles and environments, focusing on factors such as group activities, conflict resolution, and interpersonal dynamics. We have Form 3 also. This is this tells us about the vocational interest preferences. This focus on specific occupational preferences, allowing individual to explore their interest in particular career path. Here, respondents indicate their preference for various occupations such as accountants, salesperson, managerial positions, etc. according to the preferences. Now we have some other test also named. First one is graphology test. Graphology tests this analyze an individual's handwriting to predict personality traits and potential for success and failure. This is widely used in US. These tests aim to assess various characteristics based on handwriting strokes such as confidence, organization, emotional stability. Then we have polygraph test. This is also known as lie detector test. Commonly known as lie detectors are designed to verify the accuracy of information provided by the individuals. Now we have third one, that is medical test. This evaluate the physical fitness and health of the candidate. Now we have the fourth one, drug test. This detects the presence of illegal substance or performance affecting drugs in an individual system. Now we have two more tests, the achievement test and the intelligence test. The achievement tests are assessments designed to measure an individual level of skills or knowledge in a particular area based on what they have already learned or acquired. Unlike aptitude test, these focus on assessing the potential or ability to learn new skills. Achievement tests, they evaluate the mastery of specific subject, topics or tasks. Now we have another one, that is intelligence test. These assess an individual's general ability for intellectual performance. They measure cognitive abilities such as reasoning, problem solving, memory, and comprehension. In testing, mental age is determined based on child performance on the test compared to average performance level for their age group. This is calculated, that is IQ level, this is calculated using the formula mental age upon actual age into 100. This means that IQ score represent a ratio of individual mental age to the actual chronological age scaled to the standard score of 100. Higher the IQ score indicates a higher level of intellectual ability that relative to the age peers, while a lower score suggests a lower level of intellectual functioning that is compared to the peers of the same age. Now we have the projective test. In this type of test, these are the psychological assessment that involves presenting individual with ambiguous stimuli such as images, incomplete sentences, or abstract shapes and asking them to interpret or respond to these stimuli. Unlike more structured assessments, projective tests rely on the individual's subjective interpretation, allowing them to project their thoughts, feelings, and personality onto the stimuli. Now we have another type of test, that is attitude test. These tests are psychological assessments designed to evaluate an individual's tendencies and inclination towards various people, the various situations, actions, and concepts. These tests aim to uncover the candidate's attitudes, beliefs, preferences, and predispositions across a range of domains. Now you have seen that we have n number of tests. The question arises is how we will choose the best test. We have four main criteria on the basis of which we choose our test. First is the reliability. Here, the reliability means to the consistency and the stability of the test scores over repeated administration. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई भी इंडिविजुअल का अगर इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट पर स्कोर 110 आता है मार्च में, तो हम रिपीटेडली उसके ऊपर अगर बार बार टेस्ट करेंगे तो द स्कोर शुड रिमेन क्लोज टू 110 ओनली. मार्च में करें, जुलाई में करें, अगस्त में करें, तो वो स्कोर जो है वो क्लोजली आना चाहिए. ये होती है रिलायबिलिटी. Now we have the validity. Validity refers to the extent to which a test accurately measures what is intended to measure. For example, a bathroom scale may be reliable in consistently reporting the same weight every day. But if it consistently adds 5 lbs to the true weight, it lacks validity as the measure of weight. अगर हम किसी के वेट की बात करें तो किसी भी चीज का अगर हम वेट आज कर रहे हैं तो वो वैलिड होना चाहिए, हमेशा एक ही वेट होना चाहिए, उसमें हमेशा कुछ एड ऑन नहीं होना चाहिए. थर्ड थिंग इज ऑब्जेक्टिविटी. दिस रेफर्स टू द डिग्री टू विच द इंटरप्रिटेशन एंड स्कोरिंग ऑफ टेस्ट रिजल्ट्स आर कंसिस्टेंट अक्रॉस डिफरेंट इंडिविजुअल्स और स्कोरर्स. These score procedures help minimize subjective biases and ensure fairness and consistency in assessment. Now we have standardization. This involves administering the test under standardized condition to a representative sample of individual. These tests allow for meaningful interpretation of scores by providing reference points based on the performance of a large representative group. Now we have certain advantages of these selection tests. First one is these selection tests are standardized and unbiased methods. Second one is these tests can be used to weed out the large population of candidates who may not be considered for employment in the organization. Third thing is selection test will provide the cutoff point above which candidates can be called for interview. And the fourth one is the tests are able to uncover the qualities and potential of prospective employees which cannot be known by other methods including the personal interview. Now we have certain disadvantages also for these selection tests. These may provide some useful information, but they suffer some limitations also. Selection test, first one is selection test cannot make 100% prediction of individual on the job success. And the second one is these are suitable when there is a large number of candidates for a limited number of job or position. Now we have to take certain precautions while using these selection tests. The first one is a test can be effective only when it has its validity. Another feature which is most important is the reliability. We have to check the reliability and the consistency with which it yields the same scores throughout the series of measurements. Third precaution is norms should be developed as a source of reference on the test used in the selection. Fourth is test should not used merely to decide the cutoff point for weeding out the candidates. Fifth one is test administration. The scoring interpretation requires technical competence and training in testing. And the last one is the test should be used as an additional factor in the selection process and should not be treated as the sole basis for the selecting or rejecting a candidate. These are the precautions that should be taken care of. Thank you so much everyone for listening the whole video. If you have any question or any queries related to this video, kindly comment in the message box. Till then, happy learning, and if you are new to this channel and seeing my video for the first time, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you.